Take a very big breath. Let it out through your mouth. Another big breath in. Let it out. Elohai Neshamah Shenatata bi Tehorahi. 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 Ata brata, ata yitzarta, ata nefachta bi, ve'ata mishamra bekirbi. My God, the soul you have given me is pure. You created it, you shaped it, you breathed it into me, and you protect it within me. For as long as my soul is within me, I offer thanks to you, Adonai, my God, and God of my ancestors, source of all creation, sovereign of all souls. Praised are you, Adonai, in whose hand is every living soul and the breath of humankind. Baruch atah Adonai, asher beyado nefesh kol chai v'ruach kol besar ish. Amen. So in this, I love this prayer. This prayer was really formative in my decision to name the yoga practice Neshama Yoga, because really it is about the breath and the soul. And Neshima and Neshama are closely linked in the Jewish tradition, and in a lot of religious traditions as well. The soul and the breath are almost one. And next time you're in your Siddur, just take a little extra notice of the prayer itself, because the Neshama has an H at the end, as well as all these other words, ata brata, ata yatzarta, and they say, the rabbis say that the AH at the end of all those words is purposeful, that it represents an encouragement of breathing, of exhaling. And so when you say the prayer, you're supposed to actually kind of pronounce that last AH sound. So it's a really interesting little something to ponder as you're praying the Elohai Neshama prayer. So we are going to do things that inspire us to breathe more deeply, that bring awareness to the breath. And we're going to focus on shoulders and lower back. And as we know, when we have less tension in our bodies, we can breathe more freely. So hopefully that will happen as well. Let's start with some jaw massage. I'm going to have you bring your fingertips to your jaw and just start doing some massage in the joint itself. I'm seeing if Margie came back. Yay. Okay, good. And we're going to pull, we're going to open the mouth and push the fingers into the jaw, and then open the mouth and drag the fingers down. Margie, just curious, do you have visual now? you've got visual, give me a thumbs up if you do. Good. Okay. So we're just opening the mouth, like stretching the jaw, like we're yawning. Ah, you might even make a sound like a yawn. Ah, and then just drag those fingers down, releasing the jaw, and working your way, if you want to, up into the temples. So the jaw holds lots of tension. And as we release this, and we release the muscles in the temple and the head, the temples in the head, we can release that tension that builds up as in a response to overthinking and being really in our heads. You can massage the top of your head or do little fingertip pressure points, like use your fingers and your thumbs to just kind of push in your head and then give it a little squeeze, and do that all around the head. And then my favorite is to take the fingertips to the forehead right above your eyebrows, just about halfway up your forehead. There's a little, you can kind of feel a little subtle indentation there. Rest your fingertips on the forehead. Your thumbs will rest on the side of your face. Close your eyes and take a few breaths. Bring all of your attention to the sensation of the fingertips on your forehead. So you might recall that in times when you're trying to recall something, when you're trying to think, you might lean into your hands like this with your elbows on a desk or a table. Or sometimes we pinch the top of the bridge of our nose when we're thinking. This is the body's innate wisdom that it knows that doing this touch in this area helps to support the prefrontal cortex of your brain, your executive functioning, your memory recall. It helps to get us out of our reptilian brain and that survival mentality and into more creative thinking. Just by doing this. And so take another couple of breaths here. And then slowly let your hands come down to your lap. Rest your shoulders, relax your shoulders. Feel your palms on your lap. Feel your sits bones wherever they are, on a block or the floor or chair. Hineni. Here I am. Good. Let's come onto our backs and get into those hamstrings. Bring your strap with you if you have one. If you're new to the class and you don't have a strap, you can always use a bathrobe tie or two ties like that you wear around your neck, tied together. Anything that gives you some room to lasso your leg, your foot. And we'll start with the right leg. And we're going to reach that right leg up to the sky. I'm not doing that quite yet. I'm trying to start a little bit of music. We'll see if that works. So we've got the strap around the right leg. Left leg is extended or bent. So if you're having some lower back tension, I want to encourage you to shift your right hip down away from your first rib. So you don't want to pull that leg close to your body and get into the lower back. You really want to keep the stretch in the hamstring itself. And the way we do that is, if you need to bend the knee a little bit, you can, but shifting the right hip toward the front of your mat and away from your rib cage on the right side is going to create space in the rib cage and isolate the hamstring. flex your foot and feel whatever sensations are happening. Just notice, bring your breath awareness fully to the sensation. And then try turning your leg inward and outward so the leg stays in place, and you just turn the leg bone, the femur, the thigh bone, inward and outward. The whole leg will move. And then start to use your straps to draw some circles on the ceiling or in the sky, wherever you are today. Good. You can make your circles get a little bit bigger. Just keeping the abdominals engaged as those circles get bigger to support your lower back. Maybe changing direction. So holding onto those straps, bend your right knee in toward you and kind of pull the straps toward you, so you're using the straps to create compression in your hip joint. And then extend the leg again. And then pull the straps, bending your elbows, pull the straps close to you, bending at the thigh crease and keeping the foot flexed. And then extend. And do this a few times. You can breathe in. It seems counterintuitive, but if you breathe in when your knee is bent, then you're massaging the ascending colon, supporting digestion. Exhaling as you extend. Good. And then take the straps in your left hand and just bring the leg across your body to a place that feels like a good stretch for you this morning. Let that right arm relax out to your side and really press your foot into the strap and breathe. Big breath in and then let out a sigh. Again, breathing in. And when we sigh, we relax the throat and soften and open. Bend your knee just a little bit, bring your leg back to center, and now change hands and keeping your belly engaged, and maybe even your left hand on your left frontal hip bone, you're going to open your leg out to the side, out to the right, trying to keep that left hip rooted into the floor. Breathe. Bend your right knee and bring your leg back up to center. And go ahead and release this leg. Give it a squeeze and do some ankle rotations on that right side. And when you're ready, change sides. Strap goes around the middle of the left foot, and then you decide what you do with your right leg. Remembering to keep the stretch in the hamstring rather than in the lower back right now by shifting your left hip down and away from your rib cage on that left side. The more you flex your foot and reach with your heel, the more you will feel the stretch in your leg. Start to rotate the femur, the thigh bone, inward and outward. So the leg really shouldn't be swinging from side to side at all. It's just a very stable movement. If your leg's moving back and forth or swinging, then take a look at the movement that I'm doing. So we're isolating the movement deep in the hip joint, in the hip socket, and we're thinking about stirring the thigh bone deep in the hip socket, like it's a wooden spoon kind of scraping the edges of a soup pot or something. We're getting movement deep in the hip, side to side with the heel. That's better, good. And then holding the straps, go ahead and start to make some circles. So now the whole leg is moving. And the breath is flowing. And then reversing the circles, keeping the foot flexed. Good. We're going to take the straps in the right hand and start to cross the leg over the body till you feel a stretch. Doesn't take long to feel that outer hip stretch. And breathe here. Release your left arm so that it's open. Letting out a sigh. Big breath in. Sighing it out. Bend your knee, come back to center, change hands. With your belly engaged, start to bring your leg out to the left, getting into the inner thigh. And breathe here. Good. Bend your knee a little bit. Bring the leg back up. And then hold both straps now. And we're going to pull the straps toward our chest. Bend those elbows and bend the knee. So we're creating compression in the hip. And then extend the leg. Breathe in and bend the knee. Breathe out, extend. Breathe in, bend. Massage that colon. Breathe out, extend. Good. Go ahead and release your straps and stay on your back and bend both knees. We're going to walk the right and left feet out away from each other and knock the knees in toward each other. So we're knock-kneed, feet on the floor. Arms can be at your sides. Take a moment to just feel your sacrum rooted into the floor, the bone at the very base of your spine. And then bring your knees over to the left. So the feet stay relatively where they are, but you're going to bring the knees toward the left. And you're going to feel a stretch possibly in the side of the abdominals and the front of the quadriceps, the thighs. Breathe. And then come back through center and then bend those knees over to the left. So the feet will come off the floor, the bottom of the feet will float off the floor, but try to keep them relatively placed. And then just go from side to side and noticing how the lower back feels, how your thighs feel. Come back to center. Walk your feet back in toward each other and then hug your knees. Hug them nice and close to your chest. And rock from side to side. Good. And then take your time. You're going to roll to your side and come on up to hands and knees. And come into the cat and the cow sequence. So those wrists are under the shoulders, your knees are under your hips, and start with a small cat and cow. Exploring the movement of the spine. Releasing the weight of your head every time you come into your cat pose, your rounded spine. And then start to let your spine play, maybe side to side or hip circles, maybe moving the weight to the front of the body or toward the heels. And then open up your knees and come into a child's pose. Rabbi Levi Yitzhak of Berdichev says, with each and every breath we are renewed. There is a renewal with each breath. We become new creations with each and every breath. So as you breathe in, feel the back, your lower back expanding toward the heavens. As you breathe out, release that breath. That one's never coming back. And as you breathe in this new breath, feel your cells awaken, knowing that this is a new breath. Breathe out, releasing, blessing, letting go. Go ahead and rise back up. And we're going to find ourselves standing at the top of our mats. Bring your block or blocks with you. We'll do some sun breaths here. So standing with your hips or your feet hip width apart, we're going to inhale, reach up those arms. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Again. Hands to the heart. Good. Go ahead and bring your feet together. Zip up your legs. Breathe in. Exhale, but keep your hands up. We're going to take your right wrist with your left hand. You're just going to clasp it, and you're going to lean over to your left. It's almost like you're giving a little gentle tug to the right wrist and arm. Pull your belly in, and exhale as you come back up. Change your grip. Right grips the left hand and wrist. Breathe in. Exhale, lean over to your right. Breathing here, pulling the belly in. And then exhaling as you come back up. That always helps me. And then release your hands down to your sides. Good, let's do some shoulder circles. Up, back, and down. You can stand in a way that feels comfortable for you. Change your shoulder circles. So let's take our massage ball, and if you're not using a ball, you can easily use your fingertips. And we're going to just massage the right chest. So you're going to hold the ball with your left hand and just massage the right chest. just a few times, just to open up the tissue there. Full deep breaths. Move toward the center of your chest, so you're on the right side of your sternum, and you'll just do little circles all the way down the length of the breastbone. So we're getting into neurolymphatic points to stimulate our immune system, to support it. Good. And then change hands and just go right into the left side of the chest, so you're holding the ball with the right hand or using your right fingertips. Welcoming the breath into the body. Making sure to get on the left side of the breastbone, little circles all the way up and down. You might notice some of these areas are a little bit tense or sensitive. Good. And now you have the ball in your right hand or your fingertips. You're going to massage the right side of your neck, maybe working into the base of the skull and down. Whatever feels good. You can tilt your left ear to your left shoulder to get into the space a little bit more. So pause here, let your hands rest by your side, and stand in mountain pose with your feet facing forward, and just notice the right side of your neck and the top of your shoulder. Notice any difference in temperature change or sensation. And notice, if you can, where does it feel like your shoulder is in space? Does it feel like it's up and back? Does it feel like it's forward and down? Does it feel like it's higher or lower than your left shoulder? So working with body awareness here, proprioception. And then when you're ready, you can switch over to the left side of the shoulder and neck. Good, and then let your hands rest by your sides once again, and tilt your right ear to your right shoulder a little bit, and then left ear to left shoulder, and just feeling your range of motion from side to side. Roll your chin towards your chest, and then gaze straight ahead and feel both shoulders, both sides of the neck. Great, let's place the ball off to the side. So we've done our side bending. Now we're going to do a little back bending. So the back bending is to activate and engage the diaphragm, but we also want to stretch the diaphragm because we want to really strengthen this area of the body, this place that houses our sense of will and personal power. So as you inhale, reach your arms up, And then clasp your hands and lean back just a little bit. So you want to squeeze your leg muscles and your glutes and lean back and gaze up, just a little back bend. And as you exhale, come back to standing upright, bring your hands back to your heart. So I've got my hands clasped, my index fingers released here. Inhale, reach up, a little lean back. And then exhale, you're engaging your abdominals as you come back to center. Again, inhale, reach up and back, squeezing the lower body, and then exhale, rising up, hands to center. Bringing to mind this affirmation, I am resilient. Rooted here with strong legs, strong feet, planted on the earth. May our Creator strengthen our steps. Just strengthen our steps as we walk through our lives, navigating with as much grace and compassion as possible, with resilience for all the challenges that we face. One more time, inhale, reach up, lean back. And exhale, I am resilient. May my steps be strengthened. Good. Inhale, reach up again. This time we're going to dive forward all the way. Find your block or the floor. Let your head go. If you have a block, bring it close to your feet. And then start to alternate bending of the knees. Just warming up the legs in a different way. And then inhale, come halfway up. So your abs are engaged, hands are on your thighs. Shoulders are sliding down your back toward your hips. Breathe here. Exhale, fold again. Inhale as you reach all the way up. Come up with a flat back and hands to your heart. Good. You can move your block off to the side. And we're going to take Warrior Two pose. So stepping that right foot forward, turning the back leg bone inward a bit so your foot's at about a 45-degree angle. And you want to bend that front knee quite a bit, but press it toward your little toes so that you're not caving in at the knee. And then trying to keep the tension out of the shoulders, right? I want you to imagine, so keep your arms at your sides for now. I want you to imagine that there's these helium balloons that are just starting to blow up. They're starting to blow up, and they're right under your arms. And so you start to feel this effortless lifting of the arms. And then turn your palms to face the sky. A little different. And while those helium balloons are holding up your arms, you're going to pull your tips of your shoulder blades in toward each other and open through the chest. Good. Gaze over your right palm, your right lifted palm, and breathe. We're going to straighten the front knee and then inhale and reach the palms toward each other. And then exhale, float back down. Palms are going to stay up for this. And on your own, breathing in and out of this pose. Receiving breath. And with every exhale, offering your breath as it contributes to all the life around you, the plant life. The plant kingdom is literally breathing, being kept alive by our life, our air, and we by theirs. One more. Float your hands to your heart. And then we'll take a side angle stretch from here. So your right arm's going to come inside your thigh. If you need a block, you can use one. I'm just going to place my elbow in and then reach my left arm up. You can keep it like this, or if you want to have more opening through the rib cage, you can reach your left arm up over your head. Watch out for shrugging shoulders. You want to pull the shoulder back and breathe. Rotate your waist and your chest toward the sky. Good. And then float your arms back up, hands to your heart. We're going to just switch our foot placement. So just turning so that that left foot is the front foot. Repositioning the back leg so you feel stable. Start with your arms hanging. Release any tension in the neck and shoulders here. Bend the left knee. Let's start with palms up. Inflate those helium balloons so that the arms lift almost effortlessly, right? And then pinch those lower shoulder blades together to open the heart. And then straighten the knee. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, come into your warrior two variation. With your own breath, stay true to the pace of your own breathing. Dancing with breath and movement. Feeling how the soul animates your body right now. Pausing here, floating the hands back to your heart, and then coming into your side angle, left arm inside the thigh and lifting the right arm up or over. Stay connected to that back foot. Make sure the leg is really active. Maybe gazing up toward the sky, or you can look straight forward or even down, so take care of your neck. One more breath. Reach, reach, reach with your arms. Stretch those ribs. And then float back up. Hands to the heart. And then start to actually keep your legs wide, but just turn both feet forward so that they're facing forward or slightly pigeon-toed. Bring your hands to their hip crease and start to hinge forward. Come down halfway so that your fingertips are touching the floor or a block. So I'll go sideways here. So we're looking for a flat back. Abdominals are engaged. And squeeze your thighs so that you feel your kneecaps just kind of lifting up. So you're activating the quads, which is going to release your hamstrings, which will help your lower back. We'll take a twist here. So bring your right hand to your right hip and start to open up to the right side. You can keep your hand on your hip or your sacrum, or if your shoulders are loose enough, you can lift your arm. But it's really just practitioner's choice here. Keep your belly engaged. Good, let's change sides. Take your time. Come back to center, and now let yourself fold all the way forward. Hands on the floor, wherever feels good for you. Whatever variation you want to take, you can have the arms right under you, or maybe holding onto your toes or outer feet. I like to also reach forward because it opens up the rib cage and the diaphragm. Breathing, filling up the back body, stretching it from the inside out. Getting a nice inversion here to help soothe the nervous system. Walk your hands back underneath your body if they're not already there, and then just heel toe your feet in a little bit closer to each other and bring your hands to your hips and come up and stay in your squat. So we're in a gentle squat here. So we'll energize ourselves with our hara breath. We're going to inhale as we reach up through the nose. And then, good. more. Good. Palms are upright. Whew. Head rush. Soft knees. So we can consciously shift and change our breath and co-create vitality and life force with the ways that we breathe, such as that one. Really oxygenating the body. And then there are times where we just let ourselves be breathed. We're not conscious at all, and we are sustained. Go ahead and walk your feet under your hips. Inhale your arms up and bring your hands to your heart. We're going to float down to the floor, and we'll take a seated twist from here. So bringing your, also if everyone's hips are different, right? So if it doesn't work for you, the type of twist that I'm offering, please feel free to twist in a way that feels good for you. I'm going to offer today the right foot comes toward the left buttocks, and the left foot comes either close to the body, close to the right ankle, or crosses over the leg. And this will all depend on how tight your hips are. No right or wrong, so pick your foot placement. We are all going to twist toward the left, so holding onto the knee, bracing yourself in an upright position with that back arm. Let your spine grow nice and tall. As you breathe in, you'll feel some compression in the digestive system. Breathe out and relax into the twist. But keep your shoulders down and your spine elevating. We'll slowly unwind from this side and take the second side. So left foot comes close to the right buttocks, and right foot comes either close to the body or across the bottom knee. And twisting over to your right. So we're getting into the hips here too. Some of you might feel this in your hips. To come back to center, and we will start to move toward our backs, so make sure you have your block with you if you need it, eye pillows, pillows for under your knees or head, whatever's going to make you the most comfortable. We're going to come to the back and take our inversion of choice. So either a supported bridge, so the knees are bent and the block is under the sacrum. And the knees are about hip width apart. You can rest here. You could also bring your legs up. And this replaces a legs up the wall pose. If you have a wall at home, that's free, and you can scoot your tush as close as possible to the wall and then get your legs up. It's a really nice supported way to do this pose. At the end of the day, it really helps with sleep. And this is great too. You could do this for sleep as well. So while your legs are up, if they are, even if you're just in supported bridge, as you breathe, focus on the belly's movement on the inhale and the exhale. If Feel how the body accommodates the breath, how it moves. Relax your face, your eyebrows. Start to bring your knees in toward your chest if they were up, if your feet were up. And then release one foot at a time back to your supported bridge posture. And breathe in supported bridge for just a breath or two. Tuck your tailbone, slide the block out from underneath you. And bring your knees into your body and then let them fall over to the right. Take a final twist. Use your block as you need to for support. Pull the navel in and lift that top knee, followed by the bottom knee. You can straighten out your hips if you need to, or shift them over to the right before you bring your knees to the left, gazing over your right shoulder. So full spinal twist here. Bring your top knee, followed by the bottom knee, back to center. Reposition your hips and start to stretch out into Shavasana unless you're in need of some last stretches. Otherwise, you're going to stretch out and shimmy your tissue, like your butt, the butt muscles, butt tissue. Kind of pull underneath your butt cheeks. Kind of pull that tissue out to the sides so that you can feel a little more of your sacrum on the floor. And stretch your legs, let the feet fall open, and then notice your upper body. So it helps to lift your shoulders and bring them in toward each other, and then place your shoulders back down. So it's like someone just came and kind of helped scoop up underneath your shoulders, and then place them back down on the floor so you feel as if your shoulders are away from your ears. Your palms are open. This is a traditional Shavasana pose, but if anything else feels better, safer, more comfortable for you, please listen to your body. We'll rest here for the next few moments. As your body softens, bring this into a breathing mindfulness exercise. You'll feel the breath as you breathe in and out. There are many places you could feel or notice the breath, so choose one place that you notice it the most. Maybe it's your nostrils, or maybe it's your chest or your belly. Whatever place you notice the breath the most, practice bringing all of your attention to that place with every breath for the next couple of minutes. If your mind wanders, practice teshuvah, come back to awareness of the breath in the body. We are called unto life, destiny uncertain. Yet we offer thanks for what we know, for health and healing, for labor and repose, for renewal of beauty in earth and sky, for that blend of human holy which inspires compassion, and for hope, eternal, promising light. For life, for health, for hope, for beautiful, bountiful blessing, all praise to the source of being. Baruch atah Adonai mekor nefesh kol chai. For life, for health, for hope, for beautiful, bountiful blessing, all praise to the source, all praise to the source of being. Baruch atah Adonai, mekor nefesh kol chai. Baruch atah Adonai, mekor nefesh kol chai. For life, for health, for hope, for beautiful, bountiful blessing, all praise to the source, all praise to the source of being. Baruch atah Adonai, mekor nefesh kol chai. Baruch atah Adonai, mekor nefesh kol chai. As you notice your breath, giving thanks, for each breath is not guaranteed. Each breath is a gift that we receive and a gift that we give back. Take all the time you need to start to move your body in ways that would help you awaken your senses. Feel the air on your skin, and if you're outside, the sun on your skin, the floor beneath you, rising up with your hands at your heart. For life, for health, for hope, for beautiful, bountiful blessing, all praise to the source, all praise to the source of being. Baruch atah Adonai, mekor nefesh kol chai. Baruch atah Adonai, mekor nefesh kol chai. For life, for health, for hope, for beautiful, bountiful blessing, all praise to the source, all praise to the source of being. May all beings be safe. May all beings be healthy. May all beings have peace. May all beings have a voice. May all beings be heard and respected. May it be so. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Shalom.